This video will tell you what the OCG is, what we do, and outline what kind of information is in this video series. We've been presenting our training across New South Wales for over a year, but we're now putting it online to make it accessible to everyone. Video 1 describes what the Office of the Children's Guardian is and what we do. We also go over the functions of the compliance team. The second video will help you understand what the Working with Children check is. It describes who within your organisation needs to hold a clearance and who doesn't. Video 3 will help you understand what employers in child-related work are required to do to meet their legal obligations. It discusses verification, record keeping, and how to understand the different verification result outcomes. The fourth video tells you what happens when a worker becomes interim barred or has their clearance cancelled. It also discusses the consequences for organisations that continue to let these people work in child-related roles. Video 5 highlights common non-compliance issues we identify through our audit and investigations processes.
The Office of the Children's Guardian is an independent statutory agency. We regulate and oversee organisations in New South Wales to support the right of all children to be safe. The Children's Guardian is Janet Scorer. The Deputy Guardian is Richard Weston. Most people know us for the Working with Children check, but that is only one part of our job. We also accredit and monitor out-of-home care and adoption agencies. The Children's Employment Team oversee the employment of children under 16 in the entertainment industry. And we also have a team who looks after the New South Wales Carers Register. Recently, the OCG was joined by the Reportable Conduct Team, which used to be with the New South Wales Ombudsman. In addition to the Working with Children check, we also run the NDIS Workers check. Our Family is Culture team is exploring ways to support Aboriginal children. We are also the lead agency responsible for the implementation of the Child Safe Standards in New South Wales. We lead change by building the capability of organisations to be child safe. Our Child Safe coordinators work with various child-related sectors to support organisations to understand and implement the Child Safe Standards.
There are 10 Child Safe Standards. They were developed by the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse as a structure that organisations can use to keep children safe from harm and abuse. Child safe practices are informed by the Child Safe Standards. They provide a framework for organisations to create better child safe policies, systems, and processes. They acknowledge that the safety and well-being of children is a shared responsibility. To assist with the implementation of the standards, the OCG developed a guide to the Child Safe Standards. We recognise that many organisations are already keeping children safe and are working towards implementing the standards. The guide will help you create, maintain, and improve child safe practices. It asks reflective questions that help organisations identify areas of strength, as well as finding those which need improvement. It provides the rationale behind each standard and suggests initiatives that organisations can put in place. It's available to download from our website. Our compliance team plays a major role in helping organisations implement child-safe practices. We educate organisations as part of our compliance initiatives so that organisations can find out how to comply, why they should comply, what actions our office may take if they don't comply. We prefer to provide education and support when it comes to regulating compliance. We do, however, have the ability to escalate our response if we establish there is a higher risk of harm to children or if an organisation fails to engage with us in the process. We all have the same aim, which is to keep children safe, and we feel this is best done by working together.
So, what does the compliance team do? In the last 7 years, over 2 million people in New South Wales have applied for a Working with Children check, and more than 27,000 employers have registered with us. We work with these organisations by undertaking audits of them. That is, those businesses, agencies, clubs and other bodies that provide services to children and young people. We do this by monitoring their compliance with the legislative requirements of the check, including the verification of checks and ensuring they keep the appropriate records. Since the inception of the check, we have focused on faith-based organisations, dance schools, sports clubs and tennis coaches. We've also audited early education providers and tutoring services, among others. Part of our role is to provide information and education on the check. Our approach includes discussions in person or on the phone and by hosting face-to-face education sessions and this video series. We investigate allegations that suggest there may have been breaches of children's employment and working with children check regulations. Another job we have is to notify employers when a worker's check status changes. We look at how this happens in the fourth video on barred and interim barred workers, including when employers must remove people from working with children. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about us and how we work with organisations to help keep children safe. The second video in this series is on the Working with Children check.
Visit our website for policy samples, posters and templates. You can also find videos, including the others in this series. Or send us an email or give us a call and let us help you on your child safe journey.